Ndị be anyị kenekwanụ m unu. Anyị sị ka ụbọchị nketa mara na anyị na mma. Anyị sị ka nke onye chiri ya zelụkwa dịka o si dị ya bụkwa Easter News 24 ka anyị si were wetara ihe bụ ozi unu je gị n'ugbu a n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uruchi nketa gbasịta maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo nọ n'ime ya anụ nwere onwe a na-azụ n'ala Igbo. Alright, dịka o si dị ka agbapụ na ya ọsọ ife a bụ according to one of the Biafran activists, Finland-based activist ya bịa wetara anyị ozi a n'iru akwụkwọ. Quote: Biafran Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa wins big again as arranged witness neighbor to testify against Mazi Simon Ekpa crash Nigerian government hope to detain him in prison. Hear the news in details. This is very interested. And onye ọbụla bụ nwa afọ Igbo bụ onye ife anyị na-eme na-amasị gee ya bụ ife anyị wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa. Biko gbaa mbọ na ihe arịa ati ọ dị nnukwu mkpa tụsakwa ya bụ ozi. All right, over to you, sir.
Speaks to you. There is a power plant that they are building here in Lagos, given to them by Nigerian government. Tinubu, to be precise. You know, Tinubu sent Shetima, remember, severally to go and meet the Finland government.
Friends, are you to come and defend Ekpa in court? What's the take as
good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remember humble self, one and the only Biafran evangelist that will continue to air my view at the point of truth. Biafran evangelist Benjamin Johnson is a Sinachi. Listen and listen good on what is happening in Finland there. It's giving me joy, just the same thing is reflecting here in Nigeria. You can see how our leader here is bombarding Nigeria, bomber to bomber. Likewise, the same way, then the Finnish government are receiving it as well. Woto. Now listen to me and listen very carefully. Because Nigerian government have already paid one very man. They called him, I've forgotten his name. He's a Simon Ekpa person from the same community in Leyte, Finland. So Nigeria have paid him. That's why they say they are going to bring somebody, you know, that will bear the witness against Simon Ekpa on that 30th of May, when Simon Ekpa appeared in the court. And after the cross-examination, they discovered that this very young man bears a false witness in 2020 against a man which the very court discharged and acquitted and pleaded not guilty, of which during the cross-examination, the legal team of Simon Ekpa proved it to the young man that you are the one that witnessed in 2020, said yes. And at the end of the day, the outcome of the result of your witness was nullified by this very court. He said yes. He said on this note and with this point, as proven that you are a false witness. Because they begin to interrogate him and ask him, have you ever seen anything like arms or anything like dangerous things with Simon Ekpa, or have Simon Ekpa ever harass you or harass any member of your family or anybody in the street? He said no. He said, Dan, what are you now witnessing? You know, these are the elements. Who tell you so you're going to collect bribe?
They're corrupt.
Oh, you corrupt. They're corrupt to pass anything. Alexandra Stop collected bribe from Nigeria. And that is why, as I speak to you, there is a power plant that they are building here in Lagos, given to them by Nigerian government. Tinubu, to be precise. You know, Tinubu sent Shetima, remember, severally to go and meet the Finland government. You understand? So these are the predictions that they reached at the end of the day. But there is something, one big mistake, huge mistake that Alexandra Stop made. You cannot use this small token of communication contract to compare when Biafra, a new country, emerge. You will be the one to take over everything you want to build, and you will be the one to enjoy more than the little token that Nigeria is offering you. A bribe that is not from what is not Nigeria own, is what they have given to Alexandra Stop, but it did not have vision, it did not have intake, it did not have anything inside in order to discover, to foresee what is ahead, the better thing that is ahead by the time he fully support and back to achieve the dream of Biafra. But after all said and done, by and by, the Israel man who happened to be one of the best the best close tenant, whose door is beside Simon Ekpan's door, it was the one that now officially, written to the lawyer that Simon Ekpan lawyer, somebody, is it Jonathan Levy or thereabout, you understand? He said that he will come on the 11th of June 2025 with the evidence to bear a witness on how close and how good and how wonderful and how him and Simon Ekpan have been relating, have been interacting, several occasions. All those allegations that Nigeria have come with, on the 30th, they have verified and they discovered that they didn't lack merit. It did not come with a concrete fact that they expected from Nigeria to prove Simon Ekpan as a terrorist. You understand? As allegedly said. But now this man, see, I've been telling you something. There is a link between the Biafrans and the Israeli. That blood from the ancient is still flowing between two of them. You can see this very man. He vouched on the 11th. On the 11th, I repeat again, 11th of June is the day that he will appear in court with every evidence to prove to the court. And he told Levy that he, Simon Ekpan, has nothing to do with what? Terrorists. And let me tell you, this terrorism of a thing they are allegedly accusing him of. Please, where is it taking place, or where was it take place? Is it there in Finland or in Nigeria? Then if it's in Finland, then Simon Ekpan has to be prosecuted, and he has to face the law, and he has to face the charges. But whereby the activities was not in Finland but here in Nigeria, then my question goes like this. Ever since you accused Simon Ekpan and apprehended Simon Ekpan, did this killing, incessant killing, continuous killing that is going on in Nigeria, did this stop? That it should be the question. And on this note, with this fact, shows to you and I that Simon Ekpan was not the one behind what was going on in Nigeria, in the southeast to be precise, as at that time they allegedly accused him of, or with what they have accused him of. Now, the second point is this. Who is the governor of Imo State? Hope Uzodinma is the incumbent governor of Imo State. Then what is Hope Uzodinma saying now? Hope Uzodinma, which you and I know, has come out and said that those killings that took place in the southeast were not IPOB. They now asked him, who are the people? He replied by saying that those ones are political opposition. Then who are those political opposition? So with regard to this point, you will agree with me that Simon Ekpan is a victorious man come June 11, 2025. Nigeria did not have enough concrete evidence to nail him, because you can see it, because they did not have any facts. If Simon Ekpan was the one behind what is happening in Nigeria, I believe that all those things should have stopped ever since he was apprehended. I don't know if you are concurring with me. You will agree with me that all those things should have stopped. But instead of stopping it, the thing now multiply. It's like Simon Ekpan God himself was the one stopping and limiting their activities here in Nigeria. His presence on social media put fear. It's a serious warning, and the Fulanis are seriously scared of his presence on social media. Do you understand? Because ever since this young man is no more appearing on social media, you can see that this terrorist group have extended their activities to Taraba, to Kogi, not only Benue and Plateau, not only Imo State, but Ebonyi State, Enugu State, Taraba, Borno, Sokoto, and what have you? Is this Simon Ekpan that is doing that? The captain of the Nigeria, one of the Nigerian military man that was killed Is it Simon Ekpa? That was last month by Boko Haram. Is it Simon Ekpa? If Simon Ekpa is that terrorist, why should the terrorism in Nigeria did not stop by the time they apprehended Simon Ekpa? And let me tell you, under the watch of Buhari, when Buhari was in power, a certain list of the people was submitted and delivered to the federal government of Nigeria. That these are the list of the people that sponsored terrorism in Nigeria. Then, are you getting it?
Dubai.
Yes, from Dubai. The list was given. But what happened? The Nigerian government did not do anything. Now, or do you think that that they impose that those things that is happening or going on in Nigeria here, that in Finland they are not taking record of it? Is that what you're trying to tell me? They are taking records seriously. Both the videos, evidence, everything pertains to what is going on in Nigeria. It was recently, either last month or last month, they said they are going to release the people behind that are sponsoring this insecurity. There is another international bodies, which happened that there are some people from France, from people from Iran. These people are involved in what is going on. And that was what even triggered the anger, the dispute, the misunderstanding in the NATO between Israel and British and France. Currently now, because of this issue of terrorism being sponsored, being promoted by France and the British, they are the one that even empowered Hamas. And this issue is already on the ground as we speak now. Among the NATO organization, NATO group. You understand? So if Simon Ekpa has ever involved or engaged in anything terrorism, I believe that this Israel man wouldn't have ever volunteered. He wouldn't have ever volunteered to appear in court come June 11, 2025, to defend Simon Ekpa, or to speak for Simon Ekpa, or to stand beside Simon Ekpa, or to do anything regard to this matter, because it was too obvious and the young man was, very, very annoyed. He's not happy that why should Simon Ekpa, his best friend, a close neighbor, to be treated like that. Mind you, Simon Ekpa is a vibrant young man. And when he was in the military, you know how serious and how vibrant and what he has contributed in the military of Laity, Finland. Finnish government knows that. Even when he resigned from a military and he started to wear agbada, that is our own language, as a civilian, which Alexandra Storm, him too was part of the people that campaigned for Alexandra Storm. I'm talking about the current Finnish government president now, which as well, he was part of the people who campaigned as well for Donald Trump. With Piriwisu, you understand? Since Willie, God bless you. The woman that was with the Mazen Namdekanu in 2019, regard to this struggle of Biafra. All of us, everybody campaigned with this Ngozi Orabeze. And Messi, somebody Messi, Ngozi friend, yeah.
Just give appointment as the head of cyber security.
God bless you. Yes, yeah. God bless you. So all these people with the Simon Ekpa are the people that ran every campaign to make sure that Donald Trump ascend the throne. So if Simon Ekpa is that a terrorist, before now, I don't think he would have spent the years which he has spent in Finnish land. They would have cut him off. And they would have do what? They wouldn't have allowed him to head any of their military departments. But for them to have done that, it shows that Simon Ekpa has nothing to do with anything in regard to terrorism, which Nigeria have accused him of. The people that are terrorists, Nigeria know them. Nigeria welcome them. Nigeria accept them. Nigeria free them. Nigeria never disturb them. Look at Sheikh Gumi. Look at Gumi. If Saudi can turn Gumi back to sender, that father. But here in Nigeria, Gumi is a boss, moving, terrorizing, promoting, drinking champagne, while Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa are languishing in the world in jail because you understand, serving the punishment that Gumi is supposed to serve, Tuji Bello is supposed to serve, Shekau is supposed to serve or suffer. They are now putting it on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa with the resources that God has blessed Biafra with. Because we are what? Igbo. That Igbophobia. I want the world and the Finnish government to know, because they are not acting like a Finland, they are not acting like a foolish government. That is the way I have said, a foolish what? Government. Because no government will ever accommodate terrorism. No government will ever like to partner or run a business with any terrorist nation. No government, a good government cannot do that. If
yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on whatever you are watching us from. This is another edition of Politics on the Street. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. Yeah, good morning, Oyeze.
Good morning.
Reverend Mbaka has blown up, saying that it is high time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be believed that enough of this unfair trial that tomorrow has the Igbo man been used as a scapegoat.
Yeah, they're adding his voice to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, the unimaginable leader, the Supreme Council himself, the Supreme Leader himself, the man of many parts. A lot of people have continued to describe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as an icon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the symbol of decolonization of Nigeria and Africa. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has gone to prove that, to an extent, self-determination is not a crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has grown so far to send a strong signal to the conquest and Islamization agenda, to the continued killing of Christians, especially in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become a reference point, a case study all over the world, all over Africa, and that is what he is. The #1 pace setter. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has broken Guinness Book of Record consistently as being the only person in the history of the world to organize a non-violent rally protest all over the world without using any gun, without using anything, and he was hard. Just like the way we are seeing today, Simon Ekpa becoming the first Biafran to be tried in European court. That is Guinness Book of Record. That is history. So you can see that every point in time, the Igbo nation, the Igbo people, are keep on breaking record in various diversifications, and specialization. So if you look at Reverend Mbaka coming out to say releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yes, actually it's not the first time, but the continuity of adding such voice is a welcome development. What we are seeing now is a proof of what happened during Buhari, Malami, and of course Femi Adesina, when they conducted a secret meeting on how Nnamdi Kanu will be killed. Unfortunately, yes, in that meeting, go and read his book. So you find out what they planned about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was to terminate him. And now because people were there recording how they were able to put him, kept him somewhere for 8 days in Kenya before he was renditioned illegally back to Nigeria without due process. So the Fulani agenda actually did carry that operation, and kept him there for 10 years or 5 years or thereabout. Nnamdi Kanu has been there close to 1,600 and something days in DSS custody. So what does that tell you? It tells you that to an extent, why they kept him there, that they want that, they don't want that exposure, they don't want the world to hear about the continued killing, conquest agenda politically and otherwise. That is why we are saying that most of these governors are Fulani governors. The only people that seem to be free a little bit, from the web of this Fulanization agenda is the Christian kingdom, and the Christian kingdom are being targeted for killing because of the cultural and traditional affiliation with the people of the Biafran nation. And that's why they are killing Christians. That's why they are installing, political, Fulani political governors so that at the end of the day they'll be able to conquer politically. They will also religiously, culturally, and otherwise. So that is it. So calling from the list of Mazin and Kano come from the Christendom is just trying to tell you that I think will become a rallying point, but for both in the middle belt and I can tell you to an extent, because let me tell you, there's some secret Nigerians need to understand about Islamization agenda. The entire Supreme Council of Islam all over Nigeria is under the feet of the Sokoto Caliphate, including the Yoruba people.
That's in Islam.
Yes, I don't know how you're going to justify that, including Yoruba. So it's a very dangerous one for people to understand that at this point, what do we really need to do? The consciousness, see, that's why I like IPAB. To an extent, I have a deep reference to the kind of radicalism that was brought into the Biafra agitation by the first person in the history of the world to be tried in European court. That is Mazin Simon Ekpa. Nobody has broken that record. Go and check it. His name has entered Guinness Book of Records as the first person to be tried in European court over the issue of agitation Biafra. So what are we saying? We don't need too much fish in the pond to stay off the mud. We don't need it. They can be infiltrating our space at every point in time, and you think that we are watching. No, we have one thing in common: the command and control, and that is the fact. So the Christian kingdom, the Reverend Fathers, the Christian community, Christian Association of Nigeria, South and Southeastern Christian Association, civil society organizations, civil agencies should understand that the governors we are having now and the one that will come later, they should be careful on who they are going to install as their governors.
They should be careful.
Yes, because every point in time, they say he who pays the piper dictates the tone. All this going on you are seeing in the southeast and north, go and check their history and their source of income. You still go to the north. Go and check all of them, their bank account, the first business, the kind of transaction. You still go to the north. And then you see a chief priest kneeling down before Shetima.
Yes.
What does that tell you? It tells you the source of the income. And what you're seeing like that is what all these governors does in the secret. And that's why if there's any killing, they don't say anything. Everybody goes underground. But look at what happened in Benin. Look at the reactions of the Fulani governors. Immediately. They reacted. So all eyes on Mazin Kano, all eyes on the IPOB leader, all eyes on command and control, all eyes on decolonization of Nigeria and Africa, all eyes on freedom and destiny.
Thank you so much.
Ndị banyị ngwe kene kwenye munu. Ọzọ dịka ibi ya bụ ihe abụọ Eastern News 24 ka isi wene wetara ya bụ ozi unu nụrụ ugbu a n'iru akwụkwọ. Ekefu na nwere ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile wetara unu. Drọpụrụ anyị fiche n'ụdị nke gị na Eastern News 24 ebe isi wene wetara ya bụ ozi dị oke mkpa. Ngwa nke mesịa na ụmụnne m.